Elon Musk mentioned your name in his private meetings, and he said you areâ. I speak to you gently, not as a voice of noise, but as a quiet presence that has always been near you. I am an angel, not made of wings and light the way stories draw me, but made of care, memory, and patience. I speak in simple words because truth does not need heavy language. It needs a calm heart to receive it. You have heard words like these before, maybe whispered, maybe imagined, maybe spoken by someone you admire. You heard that Elon Musk mentioned your name in his private meetings, and that he said you are going to be the next Elon Musk if you use your heavenly insights given by heaven to you. Whether those words were spoken in a room of power or formed quietly in your own mind, they reached you for a reason. Nothing reaches you by accident. Every idea that touches your heart is allowed to arrive because you are ready to hear it. I want you to understand something clearly. This is not about becoming another person. This is not about copying a name, a face, or a path. Heaven does not create copies. Heaven creates originals. When someone says areâ next Elon Musk areâ, what they truly mean is not rockets, companies, or money. They mean vision. They mean courage to think beyond the edge. They mean the willingness to stand alone with an idea that others do not yet understand. I have watched you longer than you know. I have seen you when you doubt yourself, and I have seen you when your mind lights up with ideas that feel too big to hold. You sometimes shrink those ideas because you fear they are unrealistic or because you fear being judged. But those ideas did not come from fear. They came from insight. Insight is a quiet gift from heaven. It does not shout. It waits. You were given a mind that connects things others do not connect. You see patterns where others see noise. You feel pulled toward problems that seem impossible. This is not because you want attention. It is because your spirit is restless when things remain broken. That restlessness is not a flaw. It is a signal. I speak to you as an angel to remind you that gifts are not always comfortable. A gift can feel heavy. A gift can feel lonely. A gift can make you feel out of place in rooms where others are content. But heaven does not give gifts to decorate. Heaven gives gifts to be used. When you look at people like Elon Musk, you see action, risk, and bold steps. But behind that, there is something quieter. There is long patience. There are years of misunderstanding. There are moments of deep self-doubt that never make it into headlines. You are allowed to have those moments too. They do not disqualify you. They prepare you. You do not need permission from the world to begin. Heaven has already allowed the thought to enter you. That is permission enough. The world often catches up later. Do not wait for applause to start walking. Applause is a response, not a requirement. I know you sometimes sit there, staring at the blank page or the quiet room, wondering if those sparks in your mind are real. Are they messages from heaven, or just your imagination playing tricks? Let me speak to you softly, like a gentle breeze from above. Imagination is not some silly game for children. It is one of the purest ways heaven whispers to us. Think about areâ, before a single brick is laid for a great house, someone dreams it first. Before a flower blooms in the spring, its shape is pictured in the seed. Your insights, those vivid pictures that pop into your head, they are creative sight. They are heaven's way of showing you what could be, long before your hands can touch it. Heaven does not rush you like the world does. The world screams for speed, for quick wins that leave you empty and tired. But speed without a clear path is like running in circles areâ, you end up exhausted, no farther than where you started. No, you are meant to move with care. Take one small step today. Feel it under your feet. Then take another tomorrow. Learn deeply from each one. Ask the honest questions that bubble up in your heart. What does this mean? How does it fit? Why does it stir me so? Build slowly if that is what your soul needs. Heaven loves the steady walker more than the one who leaps dramatically and then falls back into the shadows, forgetting why they jumped. Picture a river carving through stone. It does not blast through in one mighty roar. It flows, day after day, patient and sure, until mountains part. That is you. Keep moving, even if it feels slow. Do not stop. Each step plants a seed in the soil of your life. You might hear people talk about areâ, big names, fast risers, those who seem to have it all figured out. Comparisons like that can press down on you like a heavy cloud. Pressure can crush a flower before it opens, or it can shape it into something stronger, like wind bending a tree to stand tall against storms. Let it shape you. You do not have to match their timeline. There is no clock ticking in heaven saying you are late or early. You are right here, in this exact spot, because it is where you need to be to grow into the person you are becoming. Trust that. Let me tell you more about those quiet moments you cherish. The ones when the house is still, no voices calling your name, no screens buzzing for attention. You pick up a book, let the words sink in slow. Or you grab a pencil and sketch an idea that flickered in your dream last night. Maybe you just sit, cup of tea warming your hands, thoughts drifting like leaves on a pond. These are sacred times, my dear one. No one watches, but heaven sees. Insight does not grow in the rush of crowds. Noise can carry an idea far and wide, like a shout in a valley, but silence gives it deep roots, strong enough to weather any drought. I remember watching you in one of those moments, your brow furrowed just a bit, eyes distant. You were piecing together something new, something only you could see. That is where heaven plants its seeds. Nurture them there. Let them stretch their roots in the quiet soil of your soul. Fear will visit you, as it does everyone. It might slink in at night, whispering doubts. What if you fail? What if they laugh? Do not fight it with clenched fists or angry words. That only makes it growl louder. Instead, turn to it with curiosity, like you would a stranger at your door. Ask it gently, what are you trying to protect? Is it my heart? My dreams? Often, fear stands guard over something precious areâ, your time, your energy, the tender parts of you that still heal. Thank it for watching, then step forward anyway. Walk gently, with eyes wide open to its shadows. Courage is not a roaring lion with no fear in its heart. Courage is the quiet choice to pick truth over the soft bed of comfort. It is getting up when your legs shake, speaking when your voice wavers. You have done it before, in small ways. You will do it again, and heaven will steady your steps. Stumbles will come. Oh, they will. You might trip in front of everyone, words tumbling out wrong, plans crumbling like dry sand. Or it happens in secret, alone with your thoughts, a failure that stings deeper because no one sees to comfort you. Does that mean your path is wrong? Does heaven turn away? No, never. Even stars in the night sky flicker and burn unevenly. They dim, they flare, yet they keep shining, lighting paths for sailors lost at sea. Your calling does not vanish in a fall. Failure is heaven's classroom, teaching lessons no book or easy win could give. Think of a child learning to walk. They tumble 100 times, knees scraped, tears hot on cheeks. But each fall teaches muscles to remember, balance to hold. Soon, they run laughing through fields. You are that child still, in the grand dance of your life. Heaven does not scold the fall. It cheers the rise. Power is a gift heaven hands you carefully. But power without kindness turns hollow, like a drum that echoes but holds no rhythm. Intelligence sparkles bright, yet without humility, it cracks like thin glass under a stone. Ambition drives you forward, but without service to others, it weighs you down like a pack too heavy for the journey. Your insights €, these heavenly visions €, they are not just for you to hoard and build empires. They are for lifting those around you. Share a kind word. Offer a hand to someone stuck. You do not need to save the whole world in one sweep. That is not your burden. Be faithful to what lies right in front of you today, the friend who needs hope, the idea that could help a neighbor, the small act that plants joy. You are allowed to be human. Truly, deeply human. When people talk about great areâ, those famous names from history books, movies, or old story areâ, they often paint them as perfect. Untouchable. Almost like stone statues that never felt tired or sad or silly. But that is not the full truth. Those heroes laughed at bad jokes. They spilled tea on their shirts. They sat quietly on warm afternoons, watching clouds drift by, doing nothing special. They loved small, everyday things, the smell of fresh bread, the sound of rain tapping on the window, the tight hug of a child who just woke up. They got grumpy when they were hungry. They worried about little things. They cried sometimes, alone in the dark. You are allowed all of that too. Greatness does not ask you to throw away your soft heart like an old coat. It asks you to keep it close. Protect it. Let it color everything you do. When your body feels heavy and says, areâ, listen. Lie down. Close your eyes. When something is funny, laugh loud until your stomach hurts. When you see a flower pushing through a crack in the sidewalk, stop and smile at it. These small moments do not make you weak. They keep you real. They keep your heart alive and gentle. Heaven does not want you perfect. How could it? You were made from dust and dreams, from laughter and tears, from strong days and weak ones. You are a beautiful mix of light and shadow. What heaven asks for is honesty. Just show up as you are. Come tired. Come unsure. Come with messy hair and doubts in your pocket. That is enough. Heaven loves the real you, not the polished version you think you should be. When you stumble euro, and you will euro, do not hide it. Learn from it. Get up slowly. Brush the dirt off your knees. Keep your eyes open to the little wonders that are still there, the way sunlight dances on water, the soft sound of wind in the trees, the warmth of a cup of tea in your hands. Let your heart stay steady, like an anchor in quiet water. You do not have to run faster than everyone else. You just have to keep walking, one honest step at a time. The gifts heaven gives you euro, the quiet ideas, the sudden knowing, the gentle nudges euro, should be held with patience. Think of a gardener who finds a rare flower seed. He does not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. He waits. He waters it softly. He trusts the soil and the sun. Your insights are like that. Do not try to force them into the world to prove you are special. Truth does not need a loud voice. It grows slowly, like morning light that creeps over the hills, painting the sky pink, then gold, then blue euro, one soft color at a time. Maybe one day, far away from you, someone will sit with a friend and whisper your name. Euroido, you know that person, euro, they will say. Euroothier words helped me see things differently. Because of them, I started to hope bigger. I started to build something new. Euro, you may never hear those words. You may never walk into that room. And that is okay. Real change moves like ripples in a pond. You drop one small stony euro, your kindness, your courage, your quiet example euro, and the circles spread far. They touch people and places you will never see. Trust that. Trust the ripples. So walk forward with curiosity, not fear. Let wonder light your path instead of pressure pushing on your shoulders. Be brave, but stay humble. Do not puff up your chest with pride. Hold your own vision gently, close to your heart. Do not copy what others do just because it looks shiny. You are not here to be the next big name everyone talks about. You are here to be fully you. Listen to the quiet voice in City Euro, the one heaven put there when you were born. Pay attention to the small calls of the world around you, a bird singing early in the morning, a stranger who looks lonely, a dream that keeps coming back. I am here with you, not to push you harder, but to remind you softly when the doubts get loud. You are capable of more than you think. You are never alone. There are gentle hands guiding you, even when you cannot feel them. You are aloe euro, really aloe euro, to grow into your own light. It does not have to be bright and loud. It can be steady, warm, quiet. One trembling, honest step after another. Now let us talk more about imagination, because it is a sacred gift. Remember when you were little? You built whole worlds in your head. Castles floating in the sky. Forests where animals could talk. Rivers that sang songs. You played for hours, lost in those places. Grown-ups called it a euro, just play. A euro, but heaven saw it differently. Heaven saw preparation. Heaven saw you practicing how to dream, how to create, how to see things that do not exist yet. That same power is still inside you. It never left. As an adult, it shows up in quieter ways. You get a sudden idea. A better way to help someone, a story that wants to be written, a small kindness no one else noticed. Sometimes you brush it off. It is just my imagination, you say. It is not real. When you do that, you close a door. But when you welcome it, even a little, you step into something holy. You step into partnership with the divine. Heaven loves to speak in pictures. Words can be useful, and sometimes they are necessary, but they often feel small and flat compared to the way an image opens inside the heart. Words explain, pictures reveal. Words tell you what something is, pictures let you experience it. A single, clear image can carry layers of meaning that unfold over time, teaching you again and again as you return to it. That is why stories, dreams, metaphors, and symbols have always mattered. They slip past the guarded places in us and land gently where truth can grow. Think again of a bird locked in a cage for years. The bars are familiar. The floor of the cage is worn smooth by tiny feet pacing back and forth. The bird knows exactly where the food will be placed, when the light will change, and how far it can hop without bumping into metal. Safety, of a kind, has been learned there. Then one day the door opens. At first, nothing happens. The bird tilts its head, unsure. Freedom is bright and wide, and that can feel frightening when you have lived with limits for so long. Slowly, cautiously, the bird hops closer. Its heart beats fast. The air beyond the cage smells different. It feels larger, less controlled. Then, in a moment that looks almost ordinary from the outside, the bird spreads its wings and flies. That single picture tells you everything about freedom. It tells you about hope, about longing, about the fear of the unknown, and about the courage it takes to leave what is familiar, even when the familiar has been painful. It tells you something about your own life, too, if you let it. Your mind was made for this kind of seeing. You were not designed only to analyze, categorize, and survive. You were designed to imagine, to wonder, to notice patterns and meaning hidden beneath the surface of things. Somewhere along the way, many people are taught to distrust this part of themselves. Imagination gets labeled as childish, unrealistic, or dangerous. Practicality is praised, while wonder is quietly dismissed. But heaven never stopped speaking in pictures, and your soul never stopped understanding that language. Let your mind wander in safe places. Give it room to breathe, the way you would open a window in a stuffy room. When a picture, a feeling, or a sudden sense of knowing comes to you, do not rush past it. Pause. Catch it gently, like catching a butterfly without crushing its wings. Write it down in a notebook, even if the words feel clumsy or incomplete. Draw it with a pencil, even if it looks messy or childish. Tell it to someone you trust, someone who knows how to listen without immediately correcting or explaining it away. These flashes are not silly daydreams. They are not distractions from areal life. They are part of how real life speaks to you. They are made from the same light that created stars, mountains, and oceans. The same creativity that shaped galaxies also shaped the inner landscape of your mind. When an image rises in you, it is not random or meaningless. It is heaven whispering, areâ. Here is a piece of what could be. Here is a doorway. Here is an invitation. Areâ. Sometimes these pictures come when you least expect them. You are standing at the sink, washing dishes, hands moving automatically, mind quiet enough to listen, and suddenly you see a new way to solve a problem at work. It arrives whole, without effort, as if it has been waiting patiently for you to slow down. You are walking through a park, leaves crunching under your feet, and a whole story unfolds in your mind. Characters, emotions, a beginning and an ending, fully formed and alive. You wake up from a dream with tears on your cheeks because, for a few moments, you felt loved in a way you never have before, held in a way that felt safe and true. Do not push these moments away. Do not rush to dismiss them as coincidence or imagination run wild. Welcome them like old friends who have traveled far just to see you. Imagination is also how you heal. When life hurts, when you feel small, tired, or broken, logic alone often cannot reach the wound. Pain does not always respond to explanations. Sometimes what you need is a place to rest, somewhere gentle where your nervous system can soften and your heart can breathe again. You can close your eyes and go to a safe place inside. Maybe it is a quiet beach, the sand warm under your feet, the rhythm of the waves steady and reassuring. Maybe it is a forest where tall trees stand close together, their presence strong and protective, light filtering through the leaves like a blessing. Maybe it is sitting beside a gentle stream, listening to water move over smooth stones, each sound simple and honest. Stay there as long as you need. There is no timer. There is no rush. Breathe slowly. Let your shoulders drop. Let the tight places loosen. Heaven gave you this gift so you could rest your heart when the world feels too heavy to carry alone. In these inner places, you are not weak. You are not avoiding reality. You are tending to yourself in the same way the body rests to heal a wound. Over time, you may notice that the pain does not disappear all at once, but it softens. It becomes less sharp, less defining. You carry it with more kindness. This, too, is imagination at work, not as fantasy, but as compassion directed inward. Imagination also helps you love better. When someone is hard to understand, when their words or actions trigger anger, frustration, or fear in you, imagination offers another path. You can imagine their story. Picture the child they once were, small and learning how to survive in a world that may not have been gentle. Picture the wounds they carry, the disappointments that shaped them, the fears that still whisper to them when no one else is listening. Picture the dreams they once had and quietly set aside, maybe because life demanded too much, too soon. When you see them this way, something shifts. Anger begins to loosen its grip. Judgment softens into curiosity. You do not have to excuse harmful behavior or agree with everything they do. Loving imagination does not erase boundaries. But it allows you to see them as human, just like you, someone complicated, unfinished, and deeply loved by heaven. The more you play with imagination, the more you learn to trust it. Trust grows slowly, through experience. You notice that when you listen to these inner nudges, something good often follows. You start to see heaven areâ's voice everywhere, in the shape of a cloud that looks like an open hand, in the way two strangers smile at each other on a crowded street, in the quiet thought that says, areâ call your friend today, areâ, or areâ take a different route home, areâ or areâ now. Areâ, these moments are easy to overlook, but they are not random. They are invitations. They are heaven saying, areâ come closer. Create with me. Love with me. Live with me. Areâ, as you respond to these invitations, your life may not become easier in the way you once imagined. There will still be challenges, losses, and unanswered questions. But it will become richer, deeper, more alive. You will feel less alone, even when you are by yourself. You will begin to recognize meaning woven into ordinary days, like a quiet melody playing beneath the noise of the world. So do not be afraid of your inner world. It is not childish. It is not foolish or dangerous. It is holy. It is the place where small seeds become tall trees, growing slowly and steadily over time. It is the place where broken things are not thrown away but mended with patience and care, becoming beautiful in new, unexpected ways. It is the place where heaven and earth meet in you, where the unseen touches the seen, and where love takes shape in your own unique language. You do not need to be famous to live this way. You do not need to be perfect, enlightened, or endlessly confident. You do not need to have all the answers or a clear plan for the rest of your life. You just need to stay open. Stay honest about what you feel and what you need. Stay gentle with yourself when you stumble, and gentle with others when they do. Keep listening to the quiet nudges that guide you toward life. Keep welcoming the pictures, the feelings, the subtle invitations that arrive without fanfare. Keep taking one brave, trembling step at a time, even when your voice shakes and your hands are unsure. The light in you is already there. It is not something you must earn or prove yourself worthy of. It has always been there, waiting patiently beneath layers of fear, doubt, and distraction. When you let it shine, it does not have to be loud or dazzling. It can be soft and steady, like a candle in a dark room, faithful and true. Heaven is not waiting for you to become someone else. It is not holding its love hostage until you improve or fix yourself. Heaven is smiling at who you are right now, unfinished, messy, learning, and growing. And I am here, always near, whispering the same thing over and over, especially on the days when you forget, you are enough. You are loved. You are allowed to take up space, to imagine, to rest, to heal, and to hope. Keep going, dear one. One honest step at a time.